I do decree, as we, sorry, I'm going to do this again. I do decree, because of coronavirus.
Keep going.
No, my accent is just like...
No, get shit off, man. Get shit off.
We're going to try this again. I do decree, because of coronavirus, voting shall begin 7 days the earlier. I do decree this lawsuits to be nonsense. It's nonsense, if you will.
Nonsense.
Where's my bugle? I do decree shall be no more bugling.
Think about it. And with that, welcome to the 7th episode of the Black Apple Pie podcast.
It took me a minute.
Yeah, you got it.
I don't know how it goes.
I don't know.
I like how you stopped right as I was ready to like pick it up, and then
yeah. I mean, because I kind of forgot.
Well,
it's been a long time since I sat down with my parents or my grandma.
Your parents watch? I guess my mom did kind of watch
the stories.
Yeah, my grandmother did.
Yeah,
which one was that?
What, As the World Turns?
Is that what that song is from?
Yeah.
Okay. Which grandma?
No.
Which grandma is that?
Nah, which song was that? Was As the World Turns?
Yeah.
I don't think my parents or grandparents didn't watch that.
Yeah, my Dallas grandma did. I don't know if I can't remember if my Austin grandma did.
Look, I can't even tell you which one this was, but I know my grandmother watched the story that came on right after The Price is Right. That's all I can tell you, because we used to watch The Price is Right, and then her stories would come on. I'd be like, all right, I'll see you later, Grandma.
Like Sands of the Hourglass.
There was only one TV, so
I went and played something.
With Dallas grandma, I didn't have any toys, so I just kind of was like, well,
you were just stuck with it.
Yeah, and then like Victor was in a coma.
And then he wasn't, and then he was back in a coma.
No, he was in a coma.
Oh, okay.
For like 7 episodes.
Oh.
And while he was asleep, we'll say, his identical twin came into town. They were like, oh, Uncle Victor too. The second. What are you doing, Uncle? What are you doing here? I heard I was needed. I do decree. There were a few of those stories. A few of them.
I mean,
As the World Turns is the only one that I remember, though.
Is that the one that had Susan Lucci?
I don't know.
There's Days of Our Lives.
Days of Our Lives. That's right.
There was
General Hospital.
Hospital.
There was one that had, who did my babysitter?
Which one was Susan Lucci on?
I don't remember.
That's the only name I can tell you. I don't know what she did, or
I don't.
Couldn't pick her out of a lineup of white people, but
a lineup of white people. How often does that happen? Where just every person is a white person.
I mean, if you were trying to more fairly make someone, give someone a choice of, who, if you're trying to more fairly have someone identify someone, I think a lineup of white people would be more common.
Yeah, it depends on the crime.
Yeah, and who committed the crime, obviously.
Yeah, this is like, somebody didn't season the chicken properly.
Wow.
That's going to definitely be a lineup of white people.
Also not a crime.
Isn't it?
That is not a crime, but I will say this. I sometimes talk to this. That sounds like I don't often talk to them. So I'll talk to brown people, right? People who just like grew up brown and
grew up brown.
Yeah.
Which brown is this we're talking about here?
Just hang with me.
Okay.
I'm not gonna differentiate brown right now.
I got you.
I grew like I have brown friends, all right?
Right.
And well, I don't know why this is funny, but anyway, I have brown friends.
Yes.
And my brown friends sometimes tell me really sad stories. Some of which would like when they were growing up, they would eat in the bathroom because people would make fun of the food they had.
They would eat in the bathroom?
Yeah, because people would make fun of the food they had. Or like they or just without eating in the bathroom, people would generally like make fun of how their clothes smelled or and these clothes smelled like flavor. Mm-hmm. Literally, they were made fun of because their food tasted good.
Yeah.
Like, that's why they were made fun of. But like, when you think about it, like white people made fun of them for having, like, flavor, for eating food with seasoning. Like,
haha, you smell like cayenne pepper.
Yeah. But yes, like, this is what, like you smell like curry, or you smell like saffron, or
that's turmeric.
Yeah, exactly. And it would just be just because you never heard of these spices, just because they're not like your house isn't aromatic every once in a while because the chicken is seasoned. Like
in my house, we have pepper and water. Okay,
look. At the end of the day, if
Worcester sauce.
Look, at the end of the day, if your chicken still looks like the color of chicken, something is wrong.
The color of chicken.
Yes, if it still looks like it's the color of chicken, something's wrong.
That sounds like a great film idea.
The Color of Chicken?
Because you have like The Color of Water.
Yeah.
The
sequel
novel.
to The Color of Money.
The Color of Money.
Right.
And The Color of Chicken. And it's just about like white people struggling to just like
with Tom Cruise
get it right.
Struggling to get it right.
Yeah. And then you have like the
Great British Bake Off with just
what was that movie with
rounds and rounds of like the secret ingredient being chicken. We gonna do this again.
And then you have to have so like the protagonist in the story is just trying to get it right.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, a magical Negro, aka Will Smith, Bagger Vance, just comes walking up out of the darkness.
Okay. But can we just talk about how you have described the plot to Ratatouille? like literally, that's Ratatouille.
And Ratatouille, he was not a white mouse. He was dark skinned. Look at that.
I've never known you to add the ED. Never known you to add the ED to.
Though.
I mean, he was, yeah.
You saw Ratatouille whipping it up in the kitchen?
He was dark skinned.
He was dark skinned. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
DED.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've never known you to do that before, but.
I'm trying to represent.
That was new for me. Who are you representing? Nope.
What are you getting at?
I'm just trying to keep you from getting in trouble.
Look. It don't matter.
Okay.
All right, I'm representing my people.
It didn't matter to them.
Nah, that don't work. It's dark skinned.
That didn't work then?
That works. Light skinned. That works.
That's it?
Yeah.
Anywho. I don't even, after you described Ratatouille, I don't know what happened to this.
He said you literally described the
You
plot
did.
to Ratatouille.
That was it.
And you saw the what was it? The food inspector? Not the food critic.
The food critic, no.
Yeah, he's like an old white guy.
Yeah.
A movie?
No, he was in Ratatouille. The chicken comes out of the oven and it's brown. It's like, what is this chicken? Why is it brown? Throw it out. So, just taste the chicken. And then there's like Will Smith in the background. It's a good chicken now. I didn't watch Bagger Vance, but I imagine that's what he sounded like.
You think Will Smith did a whole movie sounding like a slave?
Yes! Yeah, baggy pants. What's his name? Bagger Vance?
I bet he said skinned it.
He did. I'll say, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You sound like Foghorn Leghorn.
Doing a little soft shoe.
Sound like Foghorn Leghorn. Do it again.
No, the moment's gone, man.
Well, I was gonna throw in my Yosemite Sam, but like,
oh, you have Yosemite Sam?
no, it was gonna be very bad, but we were just gonna be bad together.
The rootiness, tootiness,
you lily liver dutton.
racking, fracking. Who did he remind you of?
Oh, I don't remember.
It was somebody.
Yeah. Yosemite Sam reminded me of
Wilford Brimley.
Nah, I don't know who that is.
This was
somebody
diabetes.
political.
Diabetes.
Oh, that's Wilford Brimley from Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah, was he in that?
Yeah.
He was also in Cocoon.
Cocoon, yeah, that's what I remember. That's what everybody knows him from. And the diabetes.
I don't know
commercials.
Cocoon.
Yeah.
I know the diabetes commercials.
Oh, you never get old here or die or something. I
He's
don't know.
still alive.
No, he's dead.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
Wilford Brimley?
Yeah.
What?
He died like last year. 2 years
Really?
ago. Yeah.
Was he 100? Because he was like old a long time ago.
I mean, he wasn't that old. In Cocoon, somebody put this meme up a few days ago.
Oh, no. No, he died. He died August 1st.
Really?
Oh, this year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's dead, man.
I don't remember. Oh, I don't remember who he reminded me of. But speaking of ridiculous people, we laughed this week about the woman who was tased at the football game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she would not put on a mask.
Well, it's not against the law to not wear a mask.
It is against the okay, sure, not against the law to not wear a mask, but when you are at a place and the rules of that place are established, and someone asks you to follow those rules, like, and you don't, they have a right to ask you to leave. And then if you try not to leave, they have a right to ask you to follow the rules or leave.
Please, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I do.
Uh-huh.
Please grant me an example of a situation where an establishment was like, yo, these are the rules, and if you don't follow them, we will ask you to leave.
I mean, I can give you a couple. For example, if you go to a basketball game and you bring a whistle and you decide to blow that whistle during the game and it's distracting, they're going to ask you to leave. If you go to a basketball game, you cuss out the refs, like from the stands. That ref can ask you to leave. If you come to my house and you don't take your shoes off, I might ask you to leave.
You gonna eject somebody from the game?
Oh, for sure.
Do you have a whistle?
I'll find one. Use my bugle. Now, I don't know why my bugle has a trill, but
A little whistle app on the phone.
No.
Rule violation. I don't even know what else. Rule violation.
No, you
Technical foul.
You violating my house, you're getting hit with them air horns.
Okay. I have a very DJ-like air horn.
You really do a lot, man.
Short time.
Technical.
Technical foul. Traveling. Ejected.
The fuck out my house.
But that's what happened to this lady. Excuse me. That is what happened to this lady.
Yeah.
She like, no, I'm not gonna wear a mask. And the police officer is like, you like put your mask up or like you gotta leave. And she's like, no, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not gonna wear a mask. Like, look, you had two choices. Like the man wasn't just like, hey, get out, which she could have, but he was like, put your mask up or you gotta leave. And she was like, nah. And then she had like, I don't know. I don't know if that's her kid, but she was sitting like next to a child and another adult who took that child away. And it's just like, Like honestly, I knew black parents embarrass their kids. But that little boy had to be like, Mom, why? I'm never going to hear the end of this.
I mean, I'm sure he was like that until it got physical. And then
it was just traumatic.
Carry him away. Well, why is that officer putting hands on my mom?
Yeah, then it was just traumatic.
She's a patriot.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you didn't fully set the scene. She was a white lady.
Yes.
And the cop was a black cop.
He was. Big dude.
I mean, KRS-One has a song called Black Cop. Talking about this exact thing.
Okay.
Whenever you have cops violating the liberty of an American U.S. citizen. Okay?
Okay.
It was her right to not wear a mask.
No, it wasn't.
What are you talking about?
She's in a place where the...
Patriotism.
What is that?
Patriotism.
I'm confused as to how you feel like that somehow like nullified what I just said.
Yes.
She's in a place where you need to wear a mask. And that person notified her you have to wear a mask. She said no. She resisted, if you will. She got tased.
She did resist.
She did resist.
And man's had a mask on himself.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, but that man could have been much rougher with this person.
Yeah.
You ever see Rodney King?
God damn.
No, I'm just saying, for people to be like, oh, he's treating her so harshly. Come on.
I mean,
yeah.
And so when we talked about it, and I was like, yo, I was watching it, and it was kind of funny. Because we often see this with the roles reversed. You have a white cop, a black person, and they're like, hey, show me your ID. Well, why do I need to show you my ID? I didn't do anything wrong. Well, I need you to get out the car. And then those steps escalate in that sense. And then people are like, oh, you should have just followed the rules and showed me your ID. But here in this case, all she had to do was put a mask up. And the people recording in the stands never mentioned that at all. They were like, oh, it's bullshit. She didn't have to put a mask on. You have to do that to her.
This is what he was asking her to do.
Yeah. And then in the tussle, when he was trying to cuff her and then subsequently tased her, his mask did come down. Mm-hmm. So his mask comes down, and the people who had been watching this were like, oh, he doesn't even have his mask on. Where's your mask at, buddy? And while he's got her in one hand, he pulls his mask up like this.
Yeah.
So I got it.
Yeah.
What y'all gonna say? I don't even know if he's a real cop. This rental cop over here.
They said that?
Yeah.
Wow. I saw some of it, but I watch it with no audio.
I think the funny part to me is questioning that he's a real cop, but then feeling justified for somebody like George Zimmerman, who's clearly not a real cop. No. And somehow he gets to
not a real human.
Whatever. But point is I don't think I understand. I understand this less than I understand. No, I understand this a little bit more. Let me just finish this sentence. I understand this about the same amount as I understand the charges that were given to the individual who shot around Breonna Taylor.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the officer who was one of three who was charged.
Yeah. So not the other three.
Oh, the other two.
Excuse me. Yeah. I can't do math,
It's okay, I can't either. So, yeah, the one was charged with wanton endangerment.
Because his bullets went through somebody else's apartment?
And he almost hit white people.
Bullets don't be, straight bullets don't hit white people. Those bullets be like, is that a white person? Oh, no. And they just,
I'm saying they're protected by the privilege.
Yeah.
It's just like Neo in the Matrix. It's
no. Like white people.
Divine intervention.
The bullets just fall. I imagine they went through the other people's apartment who were white.
White people.
Bullet goes through. God damn it! Stop shooting in here. We're white.
Looking at the bullets. No. Bad bullets.
Stop it.
Bad black bullets.
The bullets were like, I'm sorry. We would have never, if we had known, we would have not.
That's right. You go to where the black people are. You commit black on black crime over there.
What?
Because the bullets are black.
Oh, okay. I see. So there's no such thing as like all crime is black on black crime.
You never see an officer holding a white gun. They're always black. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Think about it.
I'm not.
Think about
not doing that.
Dark-skinned guns.
All right, there it is.
Yeah, so those charges were kind of bullshit.
It was. I was just confused. I was confused. Nobody got charged for actually killing Breonna Taylor, and they knew. They knew because they were like, "Let's lock this city down."
Yeah,
nobody in, nobody out.
Like, call in the National Guard.
Yeah,
because we're gonna need them.
They're like, get that white kid out of jail.
What were the charges? They were like equivalent to like misdemeanors.
No, wanton endangerment can carry like 5 years per charge, so he can get up to 15 years. But there's just no way.
Yeah,
like the idea that like somebody shoots and then I like jump out of the way and fire back, and my shots hit somebody else's apartment. It's completely rational. And if I can like look at that and think, oh, that seems rational, there's no way he's going to get charged for wanton endangerment here. Yeah. That's my obviously like my just like completely non-legal opinion of this case. But
yeah. I mean, I just kind of think of it like cops have qualified immunity, right?
Yeah.
So if they kill somebody on the job, it was an accident. Like, sorry. The most that they'll ever see is, they may get fired. They may get charged. Probably won't.
And then you have to, like, hope that whatever you get civilly, like, somehow helps. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying makes up for it, but helps. Yeah. So, Breonna Taylor's family got $12 million. Yeah. Which I kind of feel like is low.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really put a dollar amount on a human life.
That's very true. But then also, like, if you're going to, 12 million seems pretty low to me.
Yeah. Well, payouts in other cases have been higher. Yeah. And I was going to say that there's no other occupation on this planet that you can kill somebody and, sorry. If you work in a hospital, you're a doctor, you're a nurse.
Well, okay, that's not true. Because you can, obviously, doctors kill people, not on purpose, and they're not, normally going to jail. Don't get me wrong, there's, what's that stuff called? Medical malpractice.
Yeah.
Medical malpractice. What word was that?
Mastic.
What is that?
It's an adhesive. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
One of the previous episodes, y'all had mentioned about maternal and infant mortality rates being higher among Black mothers and children. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that kind of goes with that malpractice thing we're talking about, in hospital.
Yeah. Well, again, Black lives don't really matter.
Oof.
We're talking about the systems that we have, the institutions that we have. Black lives don't matter. I mean, let's be real.
I mean, I don't want to be that pessimistic.
I'll do it for you. How about that?
I'm not saying that I will say, step back, look at numbers. And it is very clear that there is systematic inequality in the realms of medicine, in the realms of criminal justice, and I should say the institutions. I don't know where realms came from. That sounds like you have to Doctor Who yourself to Doctor Who yourself to the next place.
Wait, what? Doctor Who got sued for medical malpractice?
I believe that. There's a lot of...
Wait, is he that kind of doctor?
No, I know. I don't think so. I don't watch the show. But I'm saying, what if that was an episode?
You're talking about a guy who regenerates himself every 100 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so he doesn't really need a doctor.
Doctor Who, you are on trial today. I do declare you are on trial for medical malpractice, calling yourself a doctor for 18 generations. How do you plead?
That would be not guilty.
Okay, stop.
What?
Doctor Who is a British show. I'm gonna need you to get it together.
Oi, Gavin, they're not guilty. That's all I got. That's all I can't do like the sexy London dreamy accent.
They had a doctor from the north, so I wouldn't sweat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there a US Doctor Who too?
No. I meant from the North England or UK where they have those kind of accents.
Yeah.
Christopher Eccleston's Doctor Who.
I don't know who that is.
We have a Doctor Who officiant here.
Yeah, I watched the not the old school ones, but the Eccleston, Tennant, and Matt Smith.
Oh, so I should have asked. You should have been my Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you do the accent?
No.
So you got the governor one down?
When I hit puberty, I lost all my accents, man. I used to have a really good Mike Tyson because I used to have a gap in my teeth before my braces kicked in.
Yeah.
So I could do that little, I'll kill anybody, any motherfucker on the planet. You know, I can't do that little lisp thing anymore.
Oh.
Yo.
I destroy people.
He's going to murder Roy Jones Jr.
I saw an article where Roy Jones Jr., I don't know if it was legit, but where he was like regretting.
Yes! I think he tweeted it.
Yeah, okay, that's what it was.
He was like, yo, I seen this dude sparring. I see the speed. I see the power.
He almost knocked out his own boxing instructor.
He's like, look, man, I'm having second thoughts about this for
As
real,
he
bro.
should.
Didn't he almost get brain damage in one of his last fights?
Roy Jones?
Yeah, didn't he get like real hurt?
I mean, if he didn't, he was forced to lean back for like one of his last ones. But I mean, he's probably gonna get brain damage if he don't die against Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I will lose no respect for Roy Jones Jr. if he's like, "No, I'm good, I'm out."
I just don't see I don't get it. Like, I just don't see the match. Like, maybe if you brought back Lennox Lewis or even Holyfield for like.
Yeah, but all these people are old. It's just not a good idea to be fighting like.
But even Tyson's like in his 50s.
Yeah, Tyson's old, but
he looks great. But like he, like in juxtaposition, looks like you shouldn't get in the ring with him.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
And let's not forget, he enjoys hurting people. He really likes it. He said that.
Yeah,
he's like, murder is a beautiful thing.
Oh, okay.
I'll eat your children.
What does that do? Dude, he is a legislator in the Philippines.
Oh, Manny Pacquiao.
He is going to fight the Irish dude,
Conor McGregor.
There you go. I'm so bad at names. Yeah, he's gonna fight Conor McGregor.
Isn't Conor McGregor busy fighting like a sexual assault case?
Probably.
Dana White's probably covering it for him.
I don't know the answer to that, but they're supposed to fight sometime next year, and Pacquiao has basically said that he's going to donate the money from the fight to coronavirus relief in his country.
That's cool, but can we cancel Conor McGregor and just get him the fuck out of here?
I would have guessed gay conversion therapy. Yeah, have you ever read up on Pacquiao?
Oh, yeah.
He is heaven. That's why he became a legislator, so he could pass anti-homosexual
Interesting.
It's true.
Yeah.
Did not know.
Yeah, he's not a good guy either.
Yeah, far from it, man.
So you're hoping they both just...
they knock each other out? So what do we do with the money?
Give it to coronavirus.
Yeah.
Both cuts. Just...
Gay coronavirus victims. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Coronavirus.
Real quick.
Yes.
Let's do some RBG updates.
Okay.
So
The Notorious.
RBG.
No. Notorious.
We are
Notorious.
I don't know.
I don't either.
Okay.
I never really liked that song.
That's the only part I knew of it, so.
Yeah.
Anywho. So she passed at 87.
She did.
And was really, we talked about her last week, but, just to reiterate, she was really upholding a lot of freedoms for a lot of people who would not have those. And so her place in the Supreme Court was incredibly important. And so now it is almost inevitable that she will be replaced by a conservative judge.
A woman.
Yes, but a woman who very likely, what's what I'm looking for? We'll say disagreed with RBG and would essentially vote very differently than RBG would.
Well, she is a conservative.
Yeah. She's a conservative.
You are speaking, of course, of the notorious ACB.
We're not going to call her that.
Amy Coney
Barrett?
Barrett. I can't remember what her last name
I'm pretty sure this
Coney. Coney?
Yeah. 2020.
That man is still out doing this. He's still wilding, man.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Who?
Coney, Joseph Coney.
Who's that?
He is the African warlord. He's the leader of the Lord's Resistance Army.
2012
I do.
Yeah.
It was Coney?
Yeah.
It was Kony, but I think hers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coney. Yeah.
Yeah. So real quick, funny story.
Uh-oh.
The guy who started the fundraiser and the awareness campaign against Joseph Coney actually got arrested before Coney did. Do you remember that?
No. What did he get arrested for?
He was in San Francisco beaten off in public.
He went crazy.
Yeah. He was just running around naked with his dick out.
He was high on something.
Sorry, kids, but this is reality.
You also said all kinds of words that kids can't hear today, so
they'll be fine. They listen to WAP. They know what it is. WAP, 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 WAP. You think Amy Coney Barrett listens to WAP? You think she knows what WAP is? She got 7 kids, so I'm pretty sure she does.
Just 7 kids?
Yeah, 5 are hers and 2 are adopted.
Oh, okay.
From Haiti or something.
I thought that was her sister.
No, it's her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I cannot confirm or deny that she listens to WAP, if that was the question.
A little more background on her. She was Antonin Scalia's favorite intern, or not intern, but person that worked for him.
This person.
The title. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the title escapes me. She has ruled on other cases that involve abortion. She's against it.
Yeah.
That's everyone's biggest fear, is that she's going to be anti-choice. And
well, I don't know that that's everyone's biggest fear. Well, I mean, obviously, whatever. But I think my fear is as we enter an election where it may possibly be sent to the Supreme Court to decide, how and what votes are counted, and the way Florida was sent to the Supreme Court to essentially determine who should be president. This may be sent to the Supreme Court to determine who should be president. And I would be very curious to see what justices who are appointed by this president decide to do with that. If they feel responsible to recuse themselves or whatever. Anyway, I think a lot about that as we think about who gets confirmed.
Yeah.
Right before an election.
Yeah.
Because the idea that she could get confirmed right before the election and then vote to make Trump, give Trump 4 more, that just seems incredibly wild and incredibly like, that's what I'm looking for, dangerous to the reputation of the Supreme Court. Yeah.
Well, if she is confirmed, this will be the fastest confirmation in the history of the United States.
That would be if she's confirmed before the election, which I'm unsure.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Which I'm unsure that that's going to happen, but she could be confirmed after the election or whatever. But even the idea that, let's say, and this isn't a sure thing, but let's say Democrats take the Senate. Republicans could still confirm her, as using senators who are on their way out.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. What do you even think about that?
So I have something I'm going to save maybe 30 seconds, a minute down the line. But this, you used the word dangerous earlier. We've seen Republicans not give a shit about human life when it comes to the coronavirus thing. They were in support of Trump with we don't need masks. We don't need the social or physical distance. This thing is going to go away. When it came out that Trump knew way back in February how deadly and dangerous that this virus is, how contagious it is. When that came out, they still defended him. They do not care. So, and then for them to say that because the Republican Party controls the Senate and there is a Republican president, that nullifies the thing that they did 4 years ago with President Obama and Justice, or not, he never got confirmed, but Merrick Garland. Yeah, with that confirmation, they don't care. They're going to do whatever they can to make sure that Amy Coney Island Barrett, whatever.
Let's not mess up her name, because I feel like on the other side of that, when people mess up Kamala's name, I would be offended. So you also shouldn't mess up her name.
I mess up Kamala's name.
Yeah, and I fix it just like I did today.
A whole episode about it.
Yes, and it got fixed every time. Yeah. So here we go.
It is what it is. And pardon the pun, but she has been his trump card because he had been keeping her in his thoughts
in the pocket
for Ruth Bader Ginsburg's departure. Which brings me to, her legacy is important. She's done a lot. But
who are we talking about right now?
RBG.
Oh, okay.
When it comes to, she had a chance to retire under a Democratic president. And she said something to the effect of, I'm going to have to feed him something or do something with him. She didn't say that. I'm saying that about my cat. But she said something to the effect of, my position is very important and I'm going to stay here as long as I can. And hopefully the next president is going to be a good president. So she didn't take the chance, the opportunity, when she could have, and then had her seat filled by somebody who would try to follow in her footsteps.
I thought about that too.
I am not so I feel like that's her right. I don't feel like, I don't know. I feel like that's her right to say, I'm gonna live and I'm gonna do what I can to be in this position, and I trust how I'm going to vote on the things that are coming down, and I want that to be heard and I want that to be regarded. And so to say oh, you might die, so you should retire, I don't know. I'm just not willing to say it was her responsibility to retire before she died in what is a lifelong position.
But isn't it though?
No.
So my opinion, you should have
the foresight of when you're going to die?
Not the foresight, but you also have a responsibility to the American people.
To die when you're supposed to?
To if you've survived cancer, multiple cancers,
yes,
you're old as shit.
That's rude.
She's old.
Yeah, but what's to say that like if she survived cancer, she's not going to survive the next one? And at least like literally, she almost made it.
But she didn't.
She did not. But she almost made it. Like, who's to say that, like, you get to fault her for not knowing she was going to die in the next 4 years? Also, Hillary was most likely going to win at the time.
Even still.
I don't know that that's an even... I don't know. I think this argument's dumb, but you can make it.
I'm going to make it.
Yes. And I will just disagree with you.
That's fine. So I just think that at some point, like, yeah, it's. I guess you're right as a justice to feel like you can do whatever, but at the same time, you should have some kind of. You need to acknowledge that, hey, things might not go the way that I think that they're going to go, and maybe I should step down so that this country, the things that I fought for, can be preserved. And not have the chance to be destroyed by somebody who may not care about this country.
I guess, yeah, I will just end my argument by saying I don't think that, one, we could have expected Trump to win. And two, that someone has to, like, essentially think, hey, I'm probably going to die, so I should, like, give up this thing that I love that I want to do until I die.
I mean, it's not even about the death so much, because who was that justice that retired, was it last year or 2 years ago, the conservative one?
Oh, Kennedy?
Yeah. So he got out the game.
Yeah.
And gave Trump, okay, let me get a younger person who's also conservative, who has a record that supports conservative ideals. Granted, that isn't to say that just because you're conservative, you're going to always vote as a conservative.
True.
You may vote for liberal rulings and whatnot. But man stepped aside, was like, yo, you got it.
But I don't think she owed that to anybody. I don't think she owed it to the country. I don't think he owed it to. I think like he wanted to step down and she didn't, and she doesn't. I don't know. I don't think you fault her for like not knowing her death date and that she was gonna die in the middle of a Trump presidency that nobody predicted.
I'm just saying, man. Homeboy got out the way. She could have got out the way.
I don't know that she needed to get out of the way. And I think that the way that she has voted, it was very helpful that she didn't get out of the way. It's just now that she like died, which obviously like she didn't expect. And, you know, nor should she have like.
But do you think that she did? Because she was at a wedding a couple weeks ago. No mask on during a pandemic. Being and a multiple, I don't think she died
from pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
That was in recession, or she was still?
She was being treated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're going through all that, and you're out in public during a pandemic when you hold one of the most important seats in the country.
Sure, but we don't know that. We don't know that it wasn't like a bubble wedding. We don't know that it wasn't. Yeah, we don't know the preparations around that. So I'm not going to say like anybody who like doesn't have a mask on at some place wants to die. Like that's just not a true statement.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
But you were insinuating that she knew she was going to die, so she's like, "F it, I'm not going to wear a mask." And I don't think that that's what.
I'm saying, hey, maybe so.
I don't think so. Yeah. Anyway, we just disagree on this, but I don't know. I think like, you know, I could die.
Yeah.
And, you know, if I want to, you know, work my job until the day I die, then that's okay. And I don't owe anybody like.
But what job would you be working?
Maybe like, hopefully I'll be a professor.
Yeah, but you won't be holding a seat like that.
How you know?
I mean, you could, and I think you would be great at it.
Well, thank you.
I would still, as your friend, want you to get out the way.
Like, yo, you probably gonna die. So
I mean, okay, let's kind of put this in perspective. Mm-hmm. Chadwick Boseman's passing.
Yeah.
Man's was fighting cancer, colon cancer. He was diagnosed, 4 years ago? Mm-hmm. And he was doing all of these things because he knew at some point he wasn't going to be here anymore. Yeah. So he's like...
See, hold on, though.
Okay, so this is a lot of conjecture on my part.
Yeah. Because he may have been doing those things because he's like, I'm going to beat this thing and... Like I want to be around for BP too. Like
at the point that he was,
sure.
It's highly unlikely that he was going to come back.
Yeah, I think generally there was probably a point where he like knew that he was going to die and things like that. And maybe there was a point where she knew she was going to die, but that wasn't foreseen while Obama was president.
That may not be true either.
It was a year. Like, it's literally been like
4 years ago. It's the same amount of time Chadwick Boseman had.
Yeah, well, I bet at that 4 year point, he probably thought he's going to beat this thing and wanted to beat it and wasn't like, let me stop acting now and not be in BP1 so that somebody who can, like, someone who's going to live longer can take my place and, be also in BP2 and 3 and however many Marvel wants to make until they stop making money.
Yeah, but to never mention it publicly. And I don't know. It's just, to me, the parallel. Well, the parallel is the sickness, and like, hey, I have a legacy that I'm trying to do something with.
The parallel for me,
yes,
is they were both heroes.
Yeah,
that's it, and neither of them owed us anything.
No, not Black Panther. I still think RBG could have got out the way in a timely fashion.
Okay, John, I'm just gonna let you know. I'm never telling you when I'm about to die.
That's fine. Oh, but you already kind of did that.
Hey,
you remember that?
Yeah, we had to prepare.
This guy used to do these grotesque pranks when we were younger.
Yeah, very bad.
It was like
bad.
Yeah,
I told him I was dying.
Like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It was like 10 years ago. Yeah. This dude was like, "Hey."
That's probably longer than that.
No, I was working at the county. So, like in between 2008 and 2012.
Hey, it was terrible, but we got to have a cool conversation about it.
He was like, did you say you got cancer?
Conversation?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you said that you had some kind of cancer. I'm sitting up here like, I'm trying to hold back tears. I'm doing the research. Like,
yeah, I think I just left it really great.
It was like, my best friend's gonna die.
Jacob's ladder.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you didn't tell me to retire and leave my position to other people.
You didn't have a job then.
Did I not?
I'm going to school.
10 years ago?
You're still in school.
I still had a job though. I ain't never been able to just go to school and not work. That's for rich people.
Lorenzo's Oil. Never mind, that's what I meant to say.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
Nick Nolte was in that.
Was it Nick Nolte?
Yeah.
Lorenzo's Oil. It was not that good.
The dad finds the cure for his own son when there was no cure in existence. He wasn't even a doctor. That was what you were trying to do.
Yeah. Not on my watch.
You're my Lorenzo.
I watched that at the time too. It was like, don't give up, buddy. We can do it, little buddy.
Why was I little?
I don't know.
Anyway, let's wrap this thing up. We didn't even talk about it.
Who?
Greg Abbott.
Oh,
we only
I decree.
Yeah, we only did the king thing. So Greg Abbott has extended early voting to start on October the 13th, I believe.
Wow.
So he extended it by a week. So I think it would have been the 19th.
Yeah.
And so you can start early voting in Texas on October 13th. The GOP was not very happy about this decision. Yeah, but he did it in response to like obviously there's a pandemic, which you would think that he wouldn't be that concerned about based on like some other decisions he's made. That's neither here nor there. So you can start voting October 13th, but in order to do that, you need to be registered. And the last day to register in Texas is October 5th.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah, so that is less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I can't do math. Is it actually less than 2 weeks? I just said that.
The first is on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So it's probably, you said the 3rd?
The 5th.
The 5th, so what is that, Monday, Tuesday next week? We got a whole week left.
Yeah, we have technology.
So it's less than 2 weeks. So, if you are not registered to vote, register to vote.
Yeah, that's like a week from now.
Hey, are we going to vote together? Is that going to be a thing?
Did we?
We've never done that before.
Did we say we're going to do that?
I don't know. I'm asking right now. I'm not saying we're like coronavirus. I'm not saying like we're going to go hand in hand and like Yellow Brick Road down to the voting booth. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like,
oh my God.
Do you want to make an outing of it?
We can. So I'm used to the white Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
The wiser of. What's the Black Tin Man like?
He had a kind of a deep voice and he was a tin man.
Like doing a robot?
He was a tin man and he needed oil and they gave him some and he just, he had a little soul to him. Like, I don't know. I'm not about to explain. Not about to explain the plot.
This man was pop locking down the real Yellow Brick Road.
Get on down the road. Yeah, there it is. Don't you carry nothing that might. No.
Is that one of the songs?
Have you never seen The Wiz?
Oh, no. Dude, my dad got mad when I would watch The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'll leave it at that. I'll just leave it at
that. Because it had black people or like?
I don't know for certain, but we had conversations as recently as today about BLM and all that stuff. I've been fighting with them all summer long.
Oh.
And slowly but surely, it feels like they didn't like me watching Black Central. Even shows as wholesome as like Family Matters.
Wow.
And for me, Fresh Prince was pretty fucking wholesome. Like I just rewatched the whole thing like last month, and I was like, dude, this show is still so good.
What did they think about the Cosby Show?
Well, me personally, I just was never into the Cosby Show.
Yeah,
but they weren't like, that Bill Cosby is such a stand-up.
No, my dad actually liked his old.
That's what I figured.
He likes that old school stand-up stuff, so he likes the really abrasive.
Yeah.
Oh, he liked like Richard Pryor.
Well, he still has Cheech and Chong albums, but he would never. If he did like Richard Pryor, he would never tell me.
Well, this tea is exceptional today.
Yeah.
I am not calling your father racist. I need to say that first. Yeah. But I will say, you can be racist and like black people.
Yeah. And
like that's kind of absolutely a thing that you can do.
Yeah. So he can, and again, not calling your dad racist, but he can he can be a racist and still think Will Smith's scene where he's crying about his dad is phenomenal.
All kinds of racists like Oprah.
Yeah.
All kinds of racists like Michael Jackson. All kinds of racists like
Michael Jordan.
Jay-Z.
Well,
no, I mean truly like.
Racist you talking
about? What I'm saying is like it doesn't like there are like you can always create these exceptions to like your personal racism. It is why people like will say like, oh well, my best friend is black or my whatever is black. And so what they've done is they've said like, oh, this person is an exception to how I like, so I'm willing to value this particular individual, whereas those other black people, they're doing too much. They need to sit down somewhere. Yeah. If they just like behaved, then none of this would happen. If like they're what?
No, keep going.
No, I'm done. What are they?
I think he was just vibing with what you were saying.
Yeah. Well,
no, he's gonna say something.
I was.
Yeah.
So last week, we were talking about. I think we were talking about how we all used to work at the county and blah blah blah, racism, white people, blah blah. So
it's a great summary.
I had started on the last episode talking about how my little white dude friend would come in on my lunch break and we'd like hang out and chop it up and we'd start talking about Captain Planet. Mm-hmm. And then we would be like, oh, okay, so Captain Planet, yeah. If they made a movie, who would play him? And
Don Cheadle.
My friend, I brought up Don Cheadle. And he was like, well, Don Cheadle's black. And I was like,
Captain Planet's blue!
Exactly. I said that. And he was like, but, I was like, no. Captain Planet is blue. He's like bombsicle ice blue. Like when you get those popsicles, he is literally those colors.
Yeah.
Who's to say any person can't play Captain Planet?
It's a bombsicle ice blue.
And these same people who have that argument would say, hey, you're cool. You're not like them, meaning the inmates.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so we saying that I'm not like them because I'm not in jail, or because you're not like them either? Yeah. Oh no, I mean, you're wearing a uniform. I'm wearing a uniform. What are we saying here?
Yeah.
Oh, and the sad part is, some of those folks are working the streets now. So they take that uninformed ideology and they take it to the streets of Austin or wherever it is that they are. Mm-hmm. Yep. And they look at black and brown citizens through this tiny ass lens.
They're not Captain Planet.
Mm-hmm. The power is yours, everybody, to fight racism.
Earth,
fire,
wind,
water,
heart, go planet.
Before climate change, man.
He was on it.
That's what we grew up with.
Yeah. I will say though, like the younger generation coming after us that doesn't have Captain Planet is still actually being very active around climate change. So more power to him.
Captain Planet should come back.
It wasn't that good. It wasn't that good of a cartoon, to be honest with you.
Let's not slander Captain Planet. He was kind of a trash superhero.
I mean, he showed up super late, like.
Well, they had to call him with their rings.
But I mean, like, I feel like maybe they should have just called him earlier. But like,
no, because you know what?
What?
Captain Planet's weakness was pollution. So this man would like pop up, they'd summon him, and he'd be like, "I'm here to fight pollution," and the dirty piece of paper fly. Oh! I got to return to your rings. It's like, bruh, really?
Like, what you come here for?
Like, literally, there's one episode where he gets some dirty water on him. He's like, oh, I can't do this anymore.
It's kind of like Wolverine and X-Men. He always got beat up.
Yeah. Never stabbed anybody.
He did.
Just robots.
Yeah.
Just robots.
Yeah.
That was Leonardo, too, in Ninja Turtle. Just robots.
Well, childhood. Never meet your heroes, everybody.
Well, I don't think you have to worry about running into Captain Planet.
Yeah, he dead now.
What about Gaia?
She was a black woman.
Yeah.
She had a little white streak.
Yeah. Man. Protect black women at all costs.
Bruh.
Mm-hmm.
Start as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm. And with that being said, I think we will wrap this one up.
All right.
So.
No, say it.
Thanks for stopping by for a slice of black apple pie.
He loves his family, he loves his crew, that's nothing new. A touch confused, in love with music, but just a dude. It's just as true, he'll fucking lose what he doesn't use. But he's addicted to those ones and twos. And I can't wait no more. Plus I can't fake that, I just don't feel that